Hey everyone, it's Miranda. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hey for the first time, why don't you subscribe? Become the newest member of the Slash Squad. Here I review products you won't feel guilty buying and do looks you can actually recreate at home. Thumbs up for a new brow focused video. Today I'm talking about a new product. Well, it's actually like kind of new. It came out last year at the end, but it's new to my routine, and it is what I've been reaching for when I want to just do my brows and completely forget about them and not worry about them fading or transferring or smudging, and that is the Physicians Formula Brow Last Long Wearing Brow Gel. So the Physicians Formula Brow Last Brow Gel is a newer addition to my routine that I've been testing out for fall, and I'm loving it because it lasts. You just put it on and you don't have to worry about it. It's water resistant, transfer resistant, smudge proof, budge proof, everything proof. It doesn't move. The formula contains vitamins B and E to strengthen and condition your brows so that they look and feel great even when you don't have this on, so that's nice too. Now the product has a creamy consistency, and we do have a double-ended application tool that makes it easy to apply. We have an angled brush on one end that helps pick up the product and lay it down in a precise manner, and then on the other end of the brush we have a spoolie to brush through the product to give you a more soft and natural looking brow. Now what I love about the Brow Last Brow Gel is that it's super versatile. You can get a more natural looking brow and just kind of add a little bit of definition, or you can go bold like I've done right now and really complement a full face of makeup. But there is a learning curve, especially with the double-ended applicator and mostly the consistency of the product. It can take a little while to get into the groove once you start playing around with it. So today I have partnered with Physicians Formula to show you how I create my two go-to brow looks using their Brow Last Long Wearing Brow Gel. I'm going to show you how to do my natural boosted brow look, which is basically just adding a little bit more fullness to my natural brow shape, and then we're gonna go bold and I'll show you how to do this look, which is kind of my go-to every day because I just love bold brows. So without further ado, let's get into the natural look first. Alright, so here is my natural brow shape and density. Now I have combo skin and get oily during the day throughout my T-zone. So usually when I experience fading as far as my brows, it's definitely in the innermost corner. And as you can see in the innermost corner of my brow, I do have kind of this weird like tapered shape that isn't necessarily my favorite. I like it to be a little bit more straightened out. And then I have a really sparse arch and tail of my brow. It's pretty thick and dense through the front of my brow, and then it just drops off. So I'm going to show you two of my go-to brow looks using the Physicians Formula Brow Last Long Wearing Brow Gel. The first one is a little bit more on the natural side. It's what I call a boosted brow, taking my natural brow shape and just giving it a tiny bit more definition. It's definitely what I would do when I'm not planning on wearing a lot of makeup, but I want to just kind of make my brows pop a tiny bit more. And then the second look is what I would do with a full face of makeup, more of a bold brow, where I am going to give myself definitely a more pronounced arch and just give myself a stronger appearance throughout the whole brow. So first let's start with the more natural look. So before I apply the Brow Last Gel, I do like to take the top off of the spoolie and remove the brush from the tube. And I just like both ends to be accessible because I use both of them interchangeably while applying. I'm using the shade Dark Brown, and I will admit that this is not the darkest brown I've ever seen when it comes to brow shades, but it's passable for my hair color. It's definitely more of a taupe, and I do find that it oxidizes a little bit, so it will become just a scent darker once it dries down. I do hope that the brand decides to put out a few more deep colors, maybe even a black for those of you who have really dark brows. For me, this is a little bit pushing it, but you'll see as it dries down, it does tend to blend in pretty well. All right, I'm gonna zoom you in to show you how I do the natural look. So first of all, there's a lot of product that comes out on the brush, so I will try to wipe off as much excess as possible because we aren't looking to add too much color all at once. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just run the color right over where my hair already is. And I will go ahead and fill in my arch just a tad, not too pronounced or defined, just enough where, you know, we kind of connect the front of my brow and the tail a little bit better than my natural brow does. And then I'm just gonna flip this around to get the spoolie end and start brushing the product through the brow. With the product that I've picked up by running the spoolie through my brow, I'm just gonna go ahead and start brushing through the front of my brow without adding any more gel, just using the residual for a really nice natural ombre look. So this is the final natural brow look. As you can see, they're not super sharp, they're not super statement brows. They still have a soft appearance, but they're definitely more defined and more prominent when it comes to the balance of the rest of my makeup. And I think you can also see the brow gel shade blending a little bit better into my natural brow hair. It's not as much of a contrast as when you first start applying. And as the brow gel dries down, you will start feeling that hold take place. This is a brow product that is going to keep your brows in place all day. You won't have to worry about smudging. You won't have to worry about your hairs kind of, going out of line. It's one of those products where it's just set it, forget it, don't worry about it. Now, if you want to soften them up for a little bit less of a firm hold, you can just go ahead and take the spoolie and run it through the brow again, and that'll just kind of give them a little more flexibility. But if you want them to really just stay in place, I would just say leave them alone because they're not going to move. Okay, so now that you've seen my quick natural look using the Physicians Formula Brow Last, I'm going to show you how to really get that bold, defined, and sharp look. Alright, starting out with my natural brows again, because I do start a little bit differently when I'm going for a bolder brow. Again, super important to get the excess product off of the brush. And this time I'm going to be starting at the inner corner of my brow and working a line backwards to create a new bottom edge because I'm so sparse towards the bottom front of my brow. And then I'm just going to work my way back, continuing that edge. I'm going to go ahead and carve out my upper arch and bring the product through the tail of the brow. And now I'm just gonna start to brush over the brow hairs in front, kind of create a soft upper edge by just tracing along the top, connecting into that arch. And then right here, where I've left a line in like a little sparse area, I'm just gonna go ahead and brush upwards from the line. And I'm adding a little bit more product as we go, just building it up. And at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and start using the spoolie just to kind of brush it through, make it a little bit more evenly placed. And I'm brushing upwards when we get to the front of the brow. And then as you need it, you can go in and just darken it up in certain areas, or if you feel like you need. I feel like I needed a little bit more on my arch since it's just gel on skin right there. So this is where we're at after applying the Brow Last Brow Gel in a little bit more of a defined and bold style. Now, if you want to clean up or make any part of the brow a little bit more sharper and defined, feel free to use concealer like the Physicians Formula Insta Ready Full Coverage Concealer to really get those edges crisp. You've seen me use this concealer for a lot of different things in my routine because it is so full coverage, you hardly need any. This little bottle has lasted me way over a year. It's great for cut creases and cleaning up the brow. And you can see how the concealer just really gives a nice sharp edge to the brow, really accentuating the shape that you've created with the brow gel. And this is the finished bold brow look using the Brow Last Long Wearing Brow Gel. And this is the style that I typically wear because I do like more defined brows on myself, even though I know some of you disagree according to the comments, but so now, just to show you how transfer resistant these brows are, I'm gonna do the unthinkable and take my clean fingers and rub my done brows. Oh my God, I hate this. It feels so unnatural. Don't do this at home. Well, actually you can because everything will be okay. A little bit disheveled, but the actual color is completely in place. So you can just kind of brush the hairs back into place and they look fine. And if you're ever like me where you forget you're wearing makeup and you just kind of like go at your brow with an itch, it's okay, don't panic, everything will look fine. So those are the two go-to brow looks that I create using the Physicians Formula Brow Last Long Wearing Brow Gel. I really like the fact that this is so versatile in that you can get something a little bit more natural, no makeup vibe, but then you can also get something super bold that is appropriate for a full face of glam makeup. I've been reaching more and more for the Brow Last Brow Gel because I just like the ease of knowing that my brows aren't going anywhere throughout the day, especially as my calendar fills up with this season's events. And the fact that it is so versatile makes it perfect for traveling no matter what look I decide to do that day. And my favorite part is that not only is this a drugstore priced product, but for the brand, it's even on the more budget-friendly side. It's only $4.99 at your local Ulta Beauty. I will leave the link below if you want to check it out. It currently comes in 4 colors and you can check out the swatches of all 4 on my blog, which I will also leave the link to in the description. What do you think of the Physicians Formula Brow Lash Gel? Have you used it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you haven't already, please hit subscribe, become the newest member of the Slash Squad, and if you've done that, high five, but have you hit the bell icon so you know every time a new video goes live? If you don't turn on video notifications, then YouTube decides what's on your subscription page, not you. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!